Our true line is indicated on the left there, the Delta headquarters, and their flight patterns are done with our true line. And then from that, we went to our true track, which is a larger size series of track. It's been around for a long time. Nice, clean installation, mud-in surface, and pendant, our true track. And then micro track is just what I like to kind of jokingly call the Barbie dream house size track system. Many of the same similarities of true track. And my presentation is not moving forward. There we go. So our true track system, as you're aware, the half-inch reveal recessed into 5/8 inch drywall. Micro track is a much smaller version of that track. It's a single channel 48 volt low voltage track lighting system. And we have this presentation is broken into kind of three parts: the channels and the heads and things that'll go into those channels. So as you can see in this picture here, we've got a nice 1/4 inch reveal slot about the size of your ring finger, your ring finger fingernail is the slot. And then we've got recessed surface, pendant up and down, and then we'll talk about this groove luminaire as we go through. Micro track. We'll talk about the recessed version of this.
We lost your presentation.
You lost my presentation, really? That's interesting.
Not there anymore.
It's showing on my screen. Let me stop and stop sharing and try again. That's interesting.
Can you guys all see his?
I saw it.
Okay, I just want to make sure it just went away online. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, so Microtrack, the recess. This is a patented track system for us. We are the only people out there with a recess. Recesses into 1/2 inch drywall or thicker. Just another view of our recess track. I'm going to skip through this really fast. The surface mount or ceiling mount track, the 1/4 inch slot. So this fixture is about just a little bit wider than that. It's very small. It's very petite on the ceilings. We're getting a lot of interest from the design community out there for homes and things. I'm already seeing homes being done in this. It's super cool. Notice the radiuses that we can do with this track also, not only straight sections, but radius sections. Black and white for the track. We do have some finishes you'll see later in the track heads. First step, and then the suspension version of this, that we can hang this off of aircraft cable and bring the lighting plane down lower for a little bit more intimate scene than stuck up on the ceiling. We have microtrack high-low. This is basically a upper track system and a lower track system. So you can plug things in up on top. Most people just stick the encapsulation up top to provide an uplight, and then be able to put track heads and parts and pieces down below. Ooh. High-low suspension. Just another view of it, black and white. Curved radiuses here also, really clean aesthetic. The groove fixture. The groove fixture is a deep recessed track system. You'll see a lot of the track heads sit proud of the track. The groove allows these things to slip inside for a clean luminaire almost look to it all. But we can mix and match the parts in between there. So we've got surface and suspension of the groove, sharp corners and radiuses. There's a series of connections and things to plug this all together like train track, if you will. We even have a cool little transition piece to go from ceiling to wall. Just the different canopies, different mounting, a little single gang box, 2 gang box, and an interesting canopy, this suspension canopy. And even a little power module. If you don't, we're just doing it. If you want to do an installation without a J box, you can. So onto the track heads. It's sort of all the suspension or all the track systems. We had the recess, the surface, the pendant up and down, and the groove. Okay, now onto the heads that plug into all this. So the teeny head, like it sounds, it's small. It's about the diameter of a 1/4, but don't let the small size fool you. This has 700 lumens coming out of it. So we have interchangeable optics. We've got lenses and films to to please all the lighting designers out there. This has a really good cutoff. It's not a glary track head, even at 700 lumens. Next up would be the slim track head. This one's where the finishes come in. The teeny comes in black and white only. Moving on here up into the other sizes, we now have finishes. We've got the satin nickel and the satin brass, as well as black and white. Notice the longer stem on this. Teeny has a short stem. Come on, presentation. The slim has a longer stem, and that's important when playing with the groove fixture. This one fits in the groove fixture, the teeny does not. Very similar in output and such between those two. The Pico head, this is sort of the workhorse of the track heads. 1,000 lumens in this format. We do have some different options for this one, or different versions of this Pico track head. So we make a Pico Zoom. And this has a flash lighting lens on it, if you will. The Pop, the next size up, 1,776 lumens. This thing's got a lot of power coming out of it. Pop Zoom. Same thing, flashlight effect. Okay, this sets us apart from other lines also. We have a framing projector. That we have a small and a large, a Pico and a Pop frame projector, framing projector for really nice, clean installations of light, highlighting exactly the object. A theatrical lighting fixture, if you will frame your artwork and sculpture and things like that. These will also hold a gobo. Black and white in those. Really clean shades, beams of light. Then we have just a bunch of accessories. I'm going to skip through these really quick. We have a light bar. These come in 6-inch, 12-inch, and 18-inch light bars. And it's just a bar of light, and we can offer them with different louvers and such.
Hey, Jim?
Yes.
Is the Hilo suspension system, can the upper track be hardwired with the lower track? Be adjustable in the configuration if we need something to meet light levels for egress?
Yeah, they could be separate drivers and put a battery pack on one of those. Sure, I think I answered that question. If not, let's follow up in the end with this. That okay. Yeah, it's low voltage lighting, so we can do anything with a battery pack. Okay, and then much like our True Track system, we also make light engines that plug into the track. So this is just a mini light bar. This is just if you want the track to go away. Oh, that's one thing we didn't cover here. We do have paintable covers that if you want to cover up your track and cut it to fit, you can paint this out to match the ceiling and make the track look like monopoints. If you don't want that look and you actually want to highlight the track, we have light engines to go inside the track. We make a few different versions of that. Accent light bar, this is more of a high-powered downlight that you can plug into your track systems. We make an adjustable version of that also that tilts 15 degrees either way. We make a cool wall washer that's just like half. It's half of this cut. It's this cut in half basically. That just provides a nice ombre of light down the wall. Does a nice job for a wall washer that plugs into the track. Flex light. This is a different version of. We had that light bar I showed you earlier was just a thin line of light. We also make a flexible one that fits into the curves. And then for the groove light fixture, the deep recess track, we can do two different versions. We can do a high-powered version of that and a lower-powered version of that that fits into the curves and the straight sections. Also know that we've got 48-volt pendant track heads that we can plug into the track system, into the mini track system. And then we actually have a track that fits inside the track that we can suspend a section of track, the pendant version, out of the recessed version or the surface version up at the ceiling. Real quick, we also make a line of dimmers and controls that fit. You can bring the line voltage into one side and 48 volt comes out the other side. For a cleaner installation, you don't have to remote a driver out of that. Okay, how do I do time-wise? Do I have time to talk? Got a couple of minutes. Okay, you want to ask that question again?
We have one more question. Will there be an adapter to use these heads and accessories into the original True Track?
No. No, matter of fact, the TrueTrack sets itself apart is that this is only the MicroTrack is static white and warm dim. Where TrueTrack we have all kinds of color options, true color, and tunable whites and things that we can do with that track. As of right now, MicroTrack is static and warm dim, and they're two separate systems. TrueTrack is 24 volt, MicroTrack is 48 volt. Don't think about MicroTrack for display lighting. Also, we're seeing a lot of people put this into cabinetry because it's so small, and we're seeing a lot of inventiveness by retailers using this line of fixtures. Any other questions?
Nope, I think we're good. So,
Okay, we stop sharing.
Thank you, Jim.
There's my email
really
address.
Insightful.
Sorry, super fast.
And we're thank you very much. And then we're going to go ahead and are there any further questions for Jim? Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get Aaron in. Thank you so much.
Okay, Jim, that's great stuff. I was really excited and interested to see that. You guys got a great product line there. I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody. I was looking at the amount of people on this call. There are a lot of bodies here, and I know that's a lot of people hours. So thank you to 16500 for allowing us to be a part of this. A couple things I want to touch on while I have everybody here. We've done a lot in the last 3 months with our marketing. This is our new marketing package and kind of theme that you'll see throughout the website, the spec sheets. We have an all new website. It's had a soft launch. It is, it's a living, breathing thing, so it's always going to be morphing and changing as we go. But love some feedback. I know we had a lot of input from David Migalucci at 16500 when we first started this, so I appreciate his help. So new website, new spec sheets. You guys are also going to be getting all new sample kits from us. They're going to be much smaller than the typical samples you get. So you'll be getting 5 new mirrors, our most popular designs. They're going to be 16 inches by 12 inches, and they'll have carrying cases. So it'll be a lot easier for you guys to take out and show people. And those should be arriving in the next 3 to 5 weeks, if I had to guess. So reflective lighting, bringing your vision to life. That's going to be a theme that you're going to hear throughout this, and it'll kind of reveal itself as we go. Who we are. So reflective lighting, we say, is elegance redefined. With a wide variety of shapes, sizes, illumination patterns, and options, our lighted mirrors are sure to enhance your space. That's a fancy way of saying what I like to say is, even if you just have an old bathroom and all you do is put in a brand new lighted mirror, it really upgrades the space instantly. Obviously you're going to want to do more than that potentially, but lighted mirrors really have a way of kind of setting a room off and making them pop. We're more than mirrors here. We're solution providers. We create solutions for people. We build partnerships with our agencies and their markets, and we define what it means to deliver exceptional service in our industry. And we're going to touch on that a little bit on this slide. Customization and quality engineering. Our mirrors, we've got 15 designs or so. That's kind of your base canvas to work with, right? From there, we want you to tell us, what are you looking for out of it? Every mirror is customizable. We don't have, standard sizes. We have popular sizes. We have the 36 by 24 is popular, 32 by 24 for the verticals, a 36 tall, 48 wide. But when we get into some of these higher end homes, we really start to fill bigger spaces sometimes in more grandiose areas. And that's where you'll see some of these designs come into play. Commercial grade durability, we use high-end components, obviously. High-end drivers, we have a very rigorous testing standard for every mirror before it leaves the factory. Every mirror has safety film in it. In case the mirror were to break, it doesn't shatter and fall on the ground. It really minimizes the amount of glass that breaks and falls. And then mirrors, most importantly, they come with these corner guards for installation. always keep those on. From our back end and who we really are, what makes us, what we call exceptional is our customer service. Our number one product is customer service. I will tell you that up and down. We're a small team, but we're extremely talented. We have really dedicated and people on staff who really understand urgency and what, most importantly, we understand what the lighting agents need to be successful in their market. We have a breakage prevention strategy. Regardless of how many mirrors you order, you're going to get extras. We're doing a job right now. It had 550 mirrors on it, 13 different types. They're getting about 610 mirrors to satisfy those different types based on quantities. We understand something's going to get broken in shipping potentially. We understand a contractor is going to break a mirror potentially on accident. We are also under the understanding that we are finished goods, so we know by the time our mirrors get on site, it's a pressure cooker. So we want to be able to get the guys off the job without having to wait for new mirrors, and it has saved us in many cases. When you start to look at your styling and options, you pick your frosting pattern, your frame pattern, whatever, you pick your sizes, and then there's a lot of different things we can do with these. Some of these are for obviously luxury homes, but there's some that apply to public space as well. A lot of things we see in the luxury homes, the anti-fog. We'll do a night light, and you can throw a motion sensor in there. And then so you'll have your night light. We'll have that hardwired, not to the wall switch, just so it's constant hot. Same with the motion sensor. So when you come in to the room and it's dark, the motion sensor will pick you up and automatically put on, a 27K night light shooting out the bottom. We do a lot of touch controls with the residential adjustable color temperature and a lot of magnification here that we see a lot of in the residential space. This one here too, Bluetooth speakers. That's a really cool amenity that we do. You can have a Bluetooth speaker built into your mirror, and they have really good sound to them actually. So they're very well done. Let's get into the neat stuff. So we've selected 4 of our most popular residential models. The first one is the Wall Glow series. This is actually my favorite mirror. There's a 1 and 1A, but this is up there. This one's really neat because if you have an accent wall, this is a really great way to let the mirror show off the wall, but still have the mirror kind of having this dramatic effect when you walk in. So there's no frosting pattern, so you don't get a glare kind of in your face. You really just get this kind of back glow that lights up the whole back of the area. Here you can see it in a couple of different instances. This is setting off a really cool slate tile wall, and it's kind of a cooler color to match the theme of the bathroom. Here we've done different sizes to kind of give a little bit of texture to the wall and the aesthetics. Here's a couple of different options as well that, see, this is what I always say when we bring your vision to life. When somebody's designed this space here, there is no standard mirror for this space, right? So we want your lighting designers to come to us, tell us what their vision is. We want to bring that vision to life for them. So, we'd love to be on the front end on the design process on all projects if possible, help set budgets, help set stylings, help set, reality of what can and cannot be done. And like I said, this is a great mirror to really help pull off that those feature walls. This is one of our most recent designs. This is our Shadow Glow series. So what you see here is this is a shadow box frame going around. This reveal here on the front is just shy of a 1/2 inch. The light is 90 degrees to the mirror, so the light inside this channel is actually shining inward. We do something a little different than everybody else. We've got a really nice silicone lens that fits in there nice and snug, so you don't have a seam like you would with the acrylic. And it gives it a really nice, even, soft glow. Really, it's a little more opaque than acrylic, so it hides the hot spots, but it still does a really good job of giving off plenty of light. Plus it's bouncing right against the mirror, so you really do kick some lumens out of this thing. We like to throw, it's an option, but I tend to like it. You can put a ring, just like the wall glow series. You can put an LED light all the way around the back so you can illuminate the wall. You can illuminate out the front. You can do both, or you can do them independently of one another when you use the touch controls. So both can be on off, both can be dimmable, independent, or together. And these come in rectangle, round, oval, square. 623. Our Moderna 45-degree angle glow series. This is similar to the shadow box, but it's got a little bit different styling. So you can see next to this finger here, this lens, and this is on a 45-degree angle. So where the other one was on a 90, this is facing outward a little bit more. So it throws a little bit more light towards you. The reveal here is a little bit shorter, or is actually quite a bit shorter, because it is on that angle, but that reveal wraps right around to the side, so it does give you a little bit thicker, more robust look with it. And then you can also add the backlight component to this, or you can do it just the same. If you don't use touch controls, you're just going to have, and you do the front light and the backlight, you're going to have front light and backlight on, front light and backlight off. If it's dimming, you'll be able to dim it from the switch, but you won't be able to operate the two independently of one another. Medicine cabinets are a very big part of what we do as well. About every third of our multifamily projects are residential, and a lot of them are extremely high-end condos, high-rise buildings, penthouses. We do a lot of medicine cabinets in that space. Some things about our medicine cabinets I really like. Every one of them comes with either 2 or 3 glass shelves to go inside. They're tempered glass, nice and durable. It's 2 or 3 depending on the height. The inside of the door is mirrored, as well as the back of the mirror itself has a mirror. Of the cabinet, I'm sorry, has a mirror as well. It kind of creates a little more visual space for you. We can do an optional interior cabinet light, and that opens up when the door, or that turns on when the door opens. You can see up here the power supply box is up top, cord hanging down to energize the mirror. If you do, you can choose to do an outlet in this. So if we do, we typically will take this power box and put it down low and put a GFCI plug in the top of it. So you can plug in your curling iron, hair dryer, phone, whatever you want to do. Then this is a good picture of our soft close hinges, and highly recommended on these. It's a great option to choose. There's people who don't want them for cost conscious things, but if we're talking high-end residential, I would definitely recommend using that. Sizes on these, you can go single door, then once they get to a certain width, you go double door. You can do 2 large ones, butted up to one another to give you the appearance of a really long section of medicine cabinet. They can be recess mounted or surface mounted, in either way. And then this is a newer technology that we're also just releasing out, dim to warm. You often hear of it as tunable white as well. It's not color selectable where you go 3K, 4K, or 5K, right? So we go directly from that. We go from 2700 all the way up to 4K. Nice smooth transition, hit all the stops in between. It's kind of a nice way to maybe start your day with a bright color if you need to get up and going, and then end your day with a warmer color as you're winding down. Here's a great example of the warm dim, or dim to warm. This is this is all at full brightness, but this is 10% dimmed, 50% dimmed, 80% dimmed in terms of color temperature. So we're going on this one, we're going from 35K down to 2700K. Let's see. So yeah, like we said, those are some of the highlights on some of the more the things we see more common in the residential homes, a lot of the products and features. And, let us bring your vision to life. Let us work with you guys, your designers and customers, and tell us what you're looking for, and we'll find a way to help you get it.